Hello, welcome back, or welcome to my channel. If this is your first time coming across this channel. In today's video, I am going to be talking about short story writing. For first-time short story writers, I recently wrote a short story that I've submitted to. It was like a competition thing. The first one is brainstorm. So the first thing that I did was I was just brainstorming all my ideas, wrote them all down, just to give myself an idea of what kind of story I wanted to focus on. So the first 2 days, I just brainstorm, and then the second or third day, I decided to narrow down my ideas. I was looking at the stuff that I had brainstormed, the story ideas, and I was like, okay, I need to focus. So step number two is to pick one main concept or one main emotion that you want to focus on in your short story. The thing with short stories is that because they're so short, you don't have a lot of time to give a lot of backstory or to give a lot of detail. So it's very important to be super focused. And so with my story, I was thinking, okay, I wanted something to do with friendship, also wanted something to do with love, and I wanted something to do with a feeling of like either guilt or jealousy, like things like that. So as you can already tell, these are already like different. Sorry about that. My camera, which is my iPhone, ran out of storage. So I had to delete some stuff and then continue on. So I believe I was talking about having a focused idea. So you can tell with the example that I was giving, because I wanted all these ideas, I couldn't put them all into one short story. So I had to only focus on one main idea. And so I think I ended up selecting guilt. So when I introduced the character in the beginning, I alluded to the fact that she was feeling guilty about keeping a secret from her best friend. And then as she is in dialogue with another character, it looks like they're both keeping a secret from this person that they care about. And yeah, they're talking about how they are going to come clean. And then my fourth tip, is it my fourth or my fifth? My fourth and final tip, whatever it is to be flexible and adaptable. Because when you're writing a short story, even just a story in general, you might go in with your own idea, thinking, oh, this is what I want it to be, this is the ending, this is everything. But as you're writing the story, you realize that, oh, this actually makes more sense. So with me, initially when I was writing my story, the whole scene for this story was actually taking place in a grocery store. But as the dialogue was going on, I realized that it didn't make sense for it to take place in a grocery store. So I ended up changing it to a bar. And then as I was writing the dialogue in the bar, I was like, this was actually yesterday when I was about to close to the time when I was submitting the story. I was like, oh, the bar. And then as I was writing the dialogue, it didn't make sense. I was like, no, this would not take place in a bar. And then so I actually had ended up rewriting the whole scene. But the concepts, the core of the story, the guilt and the friendship and the relationship, it stayed the same. And I was quite pleased with how it turned out. And so this is just to share a couple of tips. I'm not an expert just yet, but I feel as though as I'm learning how to write a short story and just writing fiction in general, I can teach what I'm learning, and then that's you get better. There's a saying, actually never mind, forget the saying. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any tips concerning writing, especially writing a short story, put them down below in the comments and let me know. As I continue to learn, I'll for sure be sharing what I'm learning, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, a little shameless plug. I actually have a website. That's where I actually give most of my updates. So if you look up, I'll put it down in the comment in the description, and you can check out my website if you prefer reading, reading a blog. I think you'll find that really helpful. But thank you, and I'll see you guys next time, and bye.